and you are in the country. I became a coach from showing to the whole Ghana public that this man, after football, he will become a coach, because I became a coach player.
And quale Sunday, my fair clock, where Danike, my fair clock egali, Nimba Posto, or Yafuni Teneke Boboli, Yafu local few Nika, Bobon was it.
No Nwaka, didn't be some of you by Miniba.
Oh, Meshe Bay, I can hear Yake into machine Bami, or local fee. Oh, local tobacco, my name into machine. My often a bone and tower lager or you.
Oh, fine. And I was on a ship of Lengelengeko. A year won't know me, will expect soon fine. In Charles 7 is J. No go by here fine. She may go make a poison. Only tree but for few. She know me.
Coaching is putting your thinking into action. That is what coaching is about. Now, I studied them, I showed them, I revisited the match they played against us. Then I saw that we gave them enough space to operate, because they are full of techniques. The boys, the 14, 20, 10, 8, 12. Very, very with the ball when you give them space. So we try something called tracking and getting free. Track them, get free and play. So we deny them the space for them to maneuver.
In terms of power play, it's zilch. If you watch our game against Mali, the young man was running away from taking the ball. He didn't want it. Give me away, give me away. He was practically running away. He was running away when we were being marooned and we were under attack from the Malians, and he had the opportunity of staking a claim in the team. Anytime an attempt was made to him with the ball, with the pass,
he's running away.
He's running away, leaving the ball,
hiding
behind opponents. This whole Telemundo, it's like it's something that sometimes
for the uninitiated, Telemundo is a channel that shows telenovelas.
Yes.
So this is like a soap opera.
It's like a soap opera. This clearly is a soap opera. It's winding down. So let's call Extremadura man from Extremadura man. Bola. When the boy is coming to the player, he's running away. You know what's the game? And shockingly, there's a certain miraculous acrobatism.
Na message said there, masin san players akuku da mama mutim na gina masa. Players be no masin san. Team na no ayehye. Team wo de bubo players na ba me. Sakim CH. Where? Sakim CH. Aha. Team over na. What's that? Team over na. Aha. Cavers. Why? Cavers. Cavers munyira ya san omo. Eze sister sikupulator mo munya bi mo. Sister sikupulator onya bi mo. Ayi omo say ayi Brazil anyway. Ya sign no. Brazil ni bay. Omo fẹ́ no wa say silver so wa. Tiago silver. Aha. Tiago silver. Eze
me the Felix you will against stand. My stand be say me Adamu. I no go need my job. Go marry. No, you see, I don't need my job. Go marry.
So you refuse to they punish them.
They know the punishment. It serves you right. No, not the punishment. See. You choose. You choose love over job. That is exactly what you do. Because see what Richard go do. Football no day. Richard go marry.
Yeah.
So if you be footballer, see from August 2019 to December 29, we don't play football. You don't marry. We start league after we fall. You say they go marry.
That be the time where money catch.
No. So you choose love over career. And so if today you get your lover, the coach say they give you more time to go chop love. So it's not a big deal. Me, I guess that I thought that this matter.
Does Don Bote still want to play football? You are 36 years old.
Forget about the age.
We cannot forget about the age, Don. You are 36.
Yeah, 36. You doubt 36. Me, forget about the age. What you want me to come and do for you?
You still think you can perform at the highest level?
Why?
In Ghana?
Yeah. Not in Ghana, sir.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
You train?
Serious.
By yourself?
Always.
Why don't you want to join the club and train?
You see, that's what I'm saying. Them themselves, they don't believe themselves. The coaches don't believe themselves. They are not real coaches. They don't. You have to believe yourself that no, this guy can do it for me. If you believe me, I can do it. But so far as you just relax yourself, no. If I come safe, I won't get that spirit because you don't believe me.
So you think that if a Premier League team were to give you an opportunity to play, you would make an impact?
Ghana, yeah.
Yes.
I can play past all the current players.
The
current players in Ghana Premier League.
That's a serious statement coming from somebody who hasn't played in almost a year.
You know something? I know myself. That's why I said, if you don't know me, you don't know me.
You see, as for a game, like when you get a chance, every blessed player will decide to score, and then will decide to catch the ball. So when you both decide together, then you miss the chance. I decide differently, and he also decided differently, and our decision was together. That's why he was able to catch the ball. So I think next time I'll raise my head and watch the goal post and put the ball.
You have 3 or 4 phones. What messages have you been receiving?
I haven't even read them because they keep on coming. I think that I have to turn one of the phone off.
You haven't read any of them? Messages?
No, not at all. Look, they still calling. Phones are calling.
Today, interesting issues on the table. Oh, Onana.
What's my name?
Onana.
What's my name?
Charlie, he has landed. Ten Hag FC, aka Progress FC. Charlie, Progress FC said they are making progress. We'll be getting into that Adjei Onana move. What is a ball-playing goalkeeper? Line-breaking, intercepting goalkeeper. They say the goalkeeper will be distributing passes more than your number 6. We'll talk about Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko because guess what? Ghana's 2 biggest clubs have no substantive head coaches. What's going on? In fact, as far as Kotoko are concerned, they have no management, they have no board. And this week it emerged that Matic has really dragged Accra Hearts of Oak to FIFA. You remember Slavko Matic, right? Yeah. He didn't let sleeping dogs lie. The Women's World Cup is in full swing. Australia and New Zealand dear. Some way. Matches at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Last time I remember doing that was Japan, Korea. When Charlie, you forgo school, but you won't watch like some first half before you go. Nigeria were up. And really, I think African women's football has made giant strides. Back in the day, we were getting pasted 7-0, 6-0 by the big girls in the women's division. This time, the narrative might just be a little different. Also on the Don't Call Me front, like I said, God works in mysterious ways. Jordan Henderson is on the verge of moving to Saudi Arabia. Who would have thought? The Black Queens are through to the next round of qualifiers after making light work of their Ghanaian counterparts. And then back at Man United again, Bruno Awareness Fernandes is the captain of Man United now. Good decision? Bad decision? We'll get into all that on the show. You can text us or you can get to us via message. Telegram 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. You can also get to me on Twitter. Use the hashtag Sports Panorama. Tweet at me at Benjamin Nketsia. Oh, the rabbi is here. 2 bottles of puka and a prayer. 2 bottles of puka and a prayer. Rabbi, thy goalkeeper arriveth.
Oh, no more.
Oh,
no more.
Oh, Nana, please take us away.
Oh, you was about. Obashashi, Wakamweneswa, Nimaswa, Namaswa. Wakogbele Yache, Omanche Yeli Abba. Ghana Mamufen fake lalo, Tobenu Ole. Bonyawo here, Bokawa Yakawaba. One and the phone, Bonyawo here. No Wakamene Bine, Hanogbele Yache, your program then. One we are no quali, no quali, Kawashe. In Sake, Ikawashe. Eba. Goalkeeper ni more kenini ne ken and la utwoni. Goalkeeper fake eba bottom midfield. Goalkeeper. Ne judge parties awo. No ya wo here. Okay, she dambo.
Goalkeeper na ba.
Eba.
Keeper na ba.
Leba.
Keeper
na ba. Jomola to beneke ke Champions League wo eba. Onyanfo etu afana e second. Me na ko ehwe e awo kope ke mi jile. Wo ke ogbele ya chi. Da keda ye Yesu gba mi. Amen.
Amen. Today, I'm in the mood to buy and sell very early. Very, very early. Let's get into the Don't Call Me move.
A Donda also is Don't Call Me time. One place, maze, for sale, 120 cheap. Don't call me, yo, don't call me. We dey loan this player $1,000. Don't call me, yo, don't call me. For the striker, we can consider. Don't call me, yo, don't call me. No, they see you use Tina Boka. Don't call me, yo. So goals are Sansa Torres. Now on time, she goes a prince of goals. Now on one year, drinks at Tevez. And then your coach, Pan Kameton. A Donda also. Don't call me, yo, don't call me. Let's go. It's Don't Call Me time. Don't call me, yo, don't call me. It's Don't Call Me time. Don't call me, yo, don't call me. Tina Boka. Don't call me, yo, don't call me. Nketsia is Donkomi time.
Medase. Sally, somebody has called me Rigobert Nketsia because I did not support ball playing goalkeepers. Susu Graham, shout out to you. 47.5 million pounds we are hearing is the fee. A couple of add-ons here and there, but Eric Ten Hag is reunited with his Cameroonian goalkeeper Adjei Onana. For those who don't know, Adjei Onana also happens to be best friends with Mohamed Kudus. Very good friends as well. I'm sure United fans will be hoping that he can do a thing or two to bring his buddy around. But Onana has landed. Hey, Charlie, ball playing, line breaking goalkeeper. You mean revolutionary goalkeeper? Coach, you said it here that it was only a matter of time. Onana has landed. As for me, I insist that I am not a big fan of this ball playing goalkeepers, line breaking goalkeepers, intercepting goalkeepers, sweeper keepers. I mean, I can even deal with sweeper keeper a little bit, but all this ball playing, they want to shalepe and small and I'm not sure what's going on.
Possession starting goalkeepers.
But Onana has put himself in the spotlight, one, by the mere fact that he has become Man United goalkeeper.
Exactly.
Two, that he is replacing a goalkeeper of 12 years strong in David De Gea, the current Golden Glove holder. One of the highest paid players in the Premier League just gone by. These are big. I mean, this is a big shoe to fill.
Exactly.
What is the lure? I mean, just for those who are listening, I'm sure somebody doesn't understand why somebody called Onana, who probably might not have as much pedigree, is replacing the big time David De Gea. Why? Why has this become necessary?
Okay, first and foremost, without a doubt, he was Ten Hag's number one choice to replace David De Gea. So this is Onana. He's got good character. He's got a winning mentality. He's come from the Barcelona Academy.
Oh.
You see? You don't just go through that academy and don't know how to play football.
Playmaking goalkeeper.
From Barca.
Possession starting.
So you've added playmaking goalkeeper
from
to it.
Barcelona
Possession starting goalkeeper.
to Ajax Amsterdam. From Ajax to Inter Milan. So it's gotten better and better.
That's quite the resume.
Of course. So if you needed any goalkeeper in world football to walk into the shoes of David De Gea, no other goalkeeper as we speak, there's no other goalkeeper who could have had, you see, the temperament, the belief, the capabilities, the technical know-how, and the tactical awareness of how Ten Hag wants his team to play. There's no other goalkeeper who could have just said, look, I am the man. He said, I am the man. Give it to me. And I will do it. So if you look at filling the shoes of David De Gea, this is the goalkeeper you want. He's 27 years old. He's played in the Champions League semi-finals with Ajax Amsterdam. The team nobody expect at the time. Nobody expected them to get that far. He's played in the final of the Champions League. He's seen it all. But I will also admit it doesn't come better and bigger than being the goalkeeper of Manchester United. Number one, he slots straight into the role.
You mean this is not Matra Makwe?
He slots straight into the role as the number one choice of everything. Straight into the role. And you see, these are his attributes. Look, I've looked at the Man City goalkeeper. I've looked at Alisson. These two goalkeepers, and I've looked at the guy at Brighton,
Sanchez or the replacement?
The replacement is Sanchez.
What's his name?
And I've looked
Steele.
at the guy.
Is that Steele?
At Brentford. These were
Raya,
the keepers that people were saying are good with
their feet, yeah.
Which of them uses both feet? Which of them?
None.
None of them.
None.
You mean ambidextrous Onana?
Onabo. Onabo.
Onana.
Onabo. 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 No more. Which of them? If you've looked at Andres Onana play, anytime you watch his clip, look from left to right. With cheeky ease, the execution are done with cheeky ease, and it's very accurate.
You mean cheeky ease?
Look, when they give the ball to him on his right foot, and you think that you rush, you come to one, he just brings it to the left. And when it gets to the left, straight to whoever he wants to give it to. Left, shrub. Right, shrub. Left, shrub. Right, shrub. Look, and you see, it is about the way Ten Hag wants to play.
Yeah.
Ten Hag really appreciated, or still do appreciate David De Gea. But that is that's where we've gotten to. The modern game requires that. If you're a goalkeeper, under pressure, your teammates, when there's no way, they should have the confidence in keeping possession of the ball. They should come back to you. Come and take it. And Onana is not going to shy away from that. He's going to willingly, graciously, judiciously
make himself available.
No more.
I like all the adjectives.
Yeah, judiciously. He's coming. Give it to your boss.
You mean come on?
Come on, give it to your boss. When you give it to Luke Shaw, come on, give it to your boss. Onana. One be sack and control him. No more. Catch it. Remember, I have come.
I can't believe
that
this.
all of you might be saved.
No, relax. So you mean Onana is the Messiah?
Look, that is why Maguire will have to leave. Because he doesn't position himself well to receive balls.
He will pollute
the
him.
butcher
He will pollute him.
already has the chemistry with Onana. Rafael Varane is a ball-playing defender. Look, Casemiro, you see, when the deal was confirmed, Casemiro just started laughing. Oh, no more, no, Carlos Casemiro. He now sees that it is going to be made even more easier for him because he doesn't need to show up for it. With Onana, you don't show up, he will locate you. You don't need to show up.
Charlie, somebody said this is how you spoke about Telles.
Oh, many Telles. Yeah,
he's going to Saudi Arabia.
He's going to Saudi. No, but that move has it not fallen?
Yeah, no. I think it's been approved now. I just read
from Saudi
earlier.
He's going to
Saudi minutes ago.
Going to see Ronaldo.
And Onana does this is get no more. When the West come to West, he will move into midfield.
Hey. Oh, hold on. Relax. We are moving into dangerous waters.
Have you not seen him in midfield before? Go and look at the video. They are there. I'm not conjuring something or I'm not orchestrating something that doesn't happen with these.
They are there.
What will he be doing in that midfield?
Oh, no more. Look at. We are chasing the game. We are losing. And we need to come back and win. He will tell Varane, "Ya here, Lucha, ya here." Midfielder Hami. So when they go, they just give it to him. Have you seen him giving a wrong pass before?
Well, his career.
Even in the Champions League final, when a Dawson at all, we all saw it. Simple pass, a throw. When the ball got to Onana, Haaland was coming. Come on, Eshanlepe. Edoko emi po, ekudoko emi. Edoko emi, ekudoko emi, epakasa coaching. Gani yoro, inkabeni edoko emi, ekudoko emi, epakasa coaching. Even the Champions League final, ahoni numo ne do emi, ne kudo emi, ne pasashi, ne hele paseke emi. Namoba eba Eshanlepe. Look, I am telling you that this is the best man to replace David De Gea. He's the only goalkeeper that has given Pep Guardiola headaches. Go and look at the clips of Guardiola prior to that Champions League final. He was asked, open, glare for everybody to see. What is Inter Milan's greatest weapon? Who did he mention? He didn't mention Lukaku. He didn't mention Lautaro. He didn't mention Barella. He didn't mention
Brozovic.
Çalhanoğlu. He didn't mention any of them. Who did he mention? He said, when the ball gets to Onana and my team does not position themselves the way they are supposed to position themselves, Onana is going to damage us. Can you imagine the opposition or the opponent coach in planning for his game, the most important game in his Manchester City career? He highlighted the goalkeeper of the opponent as his biggest worry. No, this is the class we've brought to United.
Levels.
The levels. This is what Ten Hag has brought to United. Look, he will make mistakes like every other goalkeeper.
How let's go soon?
He will make mistakes.
He will make mistakes.
He will make mistakes.
Human.
Once you're passing out from the back, he will make mistakes.
I said he will make mistakes.
How less will come?
That is the human part of the game.
But
the
how less go
bottom
flow?
line still remains, the fact still remains that he's the one to do the job. He's better at it than Ederson that we've all rated. He's better than all of them. Well, look at the statistics. They're playing left and right. Have you seen Ederson using his right foot before? Have you seen Alisson using his left foot before? Onana, right, Eba Adjei, left, Eba Che. Onam no Chiche. Ochiche. Ow. Onam no Chiche. Ochiche. Ochiche passes. Onam no Chiche.
Why now you don't have midfielders again?
Inca, he would step into midfield and chiche the passes. I don't comment this move. Hey!
You have said some really serious things.
Everything is within the ability of the player. Can you tell me one thing I've said that Onana doesn't do with ease? He does all those things with cheeky ease. His distributions is one of the best. Even with his hand. You see, when he reads the game, when he comes and he plucks the ball from mid-air and he reads the movement, Mboka can mention no aya. Well, what Fedi won't build what team? Everybody concentrate on your team. Everybody concentrate on your team. Mokuya he sabolai.
McAllister.
Everybody concentrate on your team. We are just
Timber and
23 and 24 days away from the season. Yes. Abashantami. Kashantami.
Kashamini. Oh, Charlie. Let me talk to Nathan real quick about Onana. I'll come to you for a bit. Nathan, look, my thing is, I'm getting a little confused about this whole ball playing goalkeeper obsession. Yep. Is everybody, including journalists, football experts?
You see, the ball playing thing.
Yeah.
Put that aside. Onana with his hand is an excellent goalkeeper.
No, but I'm saying this because United is De Gea is excellent with his hands.
But the feet.
But United have to move him on because he can't.
And control ball.
That's what I'm saying. So
I'm control. David here, he's my goalkeeper. He couldn't control. So when they gave the ball to the teams, would just rush. When they rush, he will kick it to outside throw. We've lost possession. But in Onana, oh Charlie. Onana.
Interesting. Nathan, I'm saying, will this ball playing goalkeeper be a significant difference between winning and losing for United? How significant is this? Because for me, to uproot a goalkeeper of 12 seasons for somebody who's unproven in the Premier League, yes, he has his Champions League credentials to tout. Is this a big difference in win shares for Man United?
I don't know whether it will translate into win. Some people will be quick to say so, but what it means is that it changes how United will play, and it will change how they will approach games. Because if you have a ball-playing goalkeeper, it means that automatically your defense moves a few yards up. That moves the midfield a few yards up. That moves the forward line a few yards up. Inadvertently, they are closer to the opponent. And at the high up that pitch, if they press you and take the ball off you, the distance to goal is shorter than if you were playing in a lower block. So really, that's the essence of having a goalkeeper who can pass the ball. Now, the other attribute is that, of course, he can beat the press, he can go long, he can find different options. Players just need to be positioned well and he can find them. And I was telling somebody this afternoon that Man United have appointed Erik ten Hag. They say they want him to succeed. He says the way he wants this team to play, or his definition of success, is to do this, pass the ball from the back. And so to do that, he thinks David De Gea cannot do it. And he has taken his decision to bring a goalkeeper he knows and a goalkeeper he trusts that that goalkeeper can do the job. So as to what it will mean ultimately, like I said, in terms of structure, it moves the team a few yards forward. The defensive line is higher slightly. Midfield line is slightly higher. The forward line is slightly higher. And then when they press, they are closer to the opponent's goal. You get it? So in principle, that's what's supposed to happen. And it is not too strange an idea. Barcelona have had it for many years. Something they borrowed from Ajax, the ball-playing goalkeeper. It is why Edwin van der Sar did not succeed in Italy, because they weren't used to this when he went to Juventus. It was why he left Juventus and went to Fulham, inadvertently found himself later at Man United. So the idea of a goalkeeper who can pass the ball is something that a lot of coaches who are, I'll say modern, but a lot of coaches who buy into the Dutch style, or by extension, the Spanish style, or by extension, the possession-based style. Once your goalkeeper is part of the setup, all of a sudden in a build-up, you are one man more than the opponent. So, for example, if your opponent is pressing with 3 forwards, and you have a backline of 4 defenders, or you have a backline of, say, 3 players, that is 2 centre-backs with your number 6 dropping in and your full-backs going high. If you add a goalkeeper who can pass the ball, that's already 4 on 2.
4 on 2.
Then you get the point. So tactically, teams like to have these goalkeepers because tactically it helps them do different things. There's a certain advantage they can create in terms of the numbers and all of that. Personally, am I a big fan of the ball-playing goalkeeper?
Yes.
Not necessarily. Because I feel that sometimes it's a very risky venture. But if a goalkeeper pulls it off, if he can pass, it's wonderful. Because it means that the play is never dead. He can circulate the ball from the back. You can always go back to go forward if you want to. You know, and I ask myself, what do United want? What do they want? Do they want a goalkeeper who can do that? What about all the stunning saves De Gea has done? And somebody will tell you that, okay, if you have De Gea in post, if he's constantly giving the ball away, what does it mean? Automatically means that the opponents keep getting the ball and they'll keep piling pressure on Man United. And then there are problems. So for me, look, this is my thinking. A manager has his team and he says, this is what I want to do. So we'll have to wait and see whether this will work out. We have to wait and see the long-term success. But I completely understand why Erik ten Hag would want a goalkeeper who is comfortable with his feet. Because getting to the end of the season, just watching some of the things De Gea was doing, it was absolutely stunning. The game at Sevilla, and I that night I didn't even have electricity, so I watched the game a few days later. I couldn't believe some of the things I was seeing. The passing was off.
See, like, for example, that pass that Maguire requested for. I blame Maguire for that. But Onana would have judiciously.
that pass, I'll blame David here.
No.
Whatever.
No, I'll blame David here. No, because Nathan always makes a joke out of this.
He got to Maguire. What did he do?
Nathan always makes a joke out of this. That the previous season, that David here was in a similar situation as the one that he was in that game against Sevilla. Yeah. And he looked round, there was no passing option. He looked on the other side, there was no passing option. The only passing option available to him at that moment was Harry Maguire. And what did David De Gea do? He kicked it out of play. Man United considered a throw-in. So in that situation, knowing that Harry Maguire was the only passing option, he should have done the same.
Yeah, so I don't know why he didn't do it. Anyway.
I was the one in that game. The ball De Gea gave to Maguire. If Maguire is an intelligent player like
Coach Maguire,
like me, if United were like me or like Nketsia, you
thank
just
you.
Look at your shoulders,
Coach.
That's what he could have turned and the ball.
I know, but Harry Maguire is 30 years. He is who he is. At this point in time, he won't change.
Anyway, look.
Just wrap it up for me.
So I think that structure-wise, it changes Man United in terms of the fact that it moves them higher up the pitch.
Of course.
And that's what Ten Hag wants. Because really, the thing that ties Ten Hag, Pep Guardiola, Xabi Hernandez, Nagelsmann, there are certain basic things they all believe in. Pressing at Jurgen Klopp. Why do teams want to press high? If I press you closer to your goal, the distance to goal is short. If I take the ball from you in your penalty box, I'm scoring. It's better than if I take the ball off you in the center circle, because now you have to travel a longer distance to generate a goal scoring sequence. That's really at the base of this business of have a goalkeeper who can pass, because it moves your team a few yards up. Personally, would I have wanted Onana? Probably. I think Onana and De Gea could have coexisted in one team. You manage the games based on the opposition. You share the games amongst them. But the manager has taken his decision. Let's see if it works.
Any coach will opt for that, because at the end of the day, these are two big names who believe that they should be in charge.
There will be some unhappiness in the mix.
Yeah. And that's talking about.
I don't think
I would have wanted.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I'm even thinking about the money. The money aspect. Would it even be sustainable?
Yeah, I'll just wrap it up for us. I think Gigi wanted to have a quick bite at just quick.
Okay, my point on this is this. I think this is more like a victorious signing for Onana, even on the face of adversity.
I like the way you pronounce that name. Say it again.
Onana.
Onana.
He be here we day.
Ben, on the face of adversity, when the whole of Cameroon was against him, that listened to Rigobert's song and change and play for us, he believed in his style. He went against Song, and he went out of the World Cup. I know many blamed him that he's arrogant, but see, this signing for Manchester United has vindicated Onana so much for standing his grounds at that time against Rigobert's Song, believing in what he's able to do, and getting this reward. I'm sure at that moment, if he had changed his style, for the Cameroonians to feel, okay, this is what we want from him now, just kick the ball, it might affect his style of play now. But he believes in what he's been through in Barcelona, in Ajax. And I think that Onana knew
if you
what
play for Barcelona and Ajax, by the time you are done playing for them, it's so wired in your system, you can't change.
He believed in it so much.
I think that's where it came from.
Yeah, and I like how he believed in it. Even when everyone was against him in Cameroon, he believed in it that, see, this is what I want to do. This is what I believe in, and this will get me somewhere today. And for me, I think I agree 100% with what coach is saying. When you compare distribution-wise, De Gea is nowhere near Onana. Now, for those of you who are wondering that, De Gea is an excellent shot stopper, Onana is not that bad. 13 clean sheets in the Champions League last season. It's no fluke. 24 in the Serie A. 8 clean sheets in 24 Serie A games. It's no fluke. It tells you that he also knows how to keep clean sheets.
Of course.
And he has something extra. I think United fans are used to, De Gea being there for 12 years. See, they're going to experience modern goalkeeping.
Hey!
Yes.
Goalkeeping, no. I say what's stopping short.
No. I think United fans are used to De Gea, so they've not experienced. See, Barca, we experienced one under Victor Valdes. Valdes was not that great of a goalkeeper. But when the team kept possession and all that, it made him look good. Yes. Manuel Neuer, during the days of Bayern Munich, when they were up there, everyone kept praising Manuel Neuer for being the best shot stopper. Ask yourself, why were Bayern Munich so dominant? Because of Manuel Neuer's impact. And so if you have a feel of modern goalkeeping, I can tell United fans very soon will forget David De Gea.
Quick.
Yes, very soon. When they see what Onana brings, when they are under so much pressure, and he just slows the game down for them.
And gives it to Carlos Casemiro. Anthony.
For teams that are used to modern goalkeepers, we know what he's about to do for United fans. So I'm sure Nathan is worried. Nathan, don't be worried.
No, not necessarily.
You experience joy under Onana.
You see, I'm not necessarily worried. No.
You are a little concerned.
Because I think Ten Hag is building the team. The building is happening, but I think he's doing it in reverse.
No, I don't.
I would have added, for example, I would have added a ball-playing goalkeeper last. Why? Because I feel that structurally, United have certain problems in their midfield. I'll highlight those problems. Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Christian Eriksen. Those 3 players are not pressers.
Casemiro,
I'm coming. So he's trying to fix the problem. So if I were Erik Ten Hag, I'd probably be finding more pressers, right? So you solve that problem first. And then, would I go for a striker? Probably not.
Yes.
But fix, because I feel that a lot of what Man United suffered last season was not because they were a bad team, but it's because they didn't have pressers in their team. Carlos Casemiro is not a presser.
No, so he's a ball winner.
He's a ball winner. Christian Eriksen is not a presser, and we know he's had health problems.
He is not the presser.
Bruno Fernandes is energetic. I'm coming. Bruno Fernandes is energetic, but He's now learning to press properly under Eric Ten Hag. So, in bringing in Mason Mount, Eric Ten Hag kind of answers my question to say he's brought in a player who's energetic and can mold him to press. So, I will concede and say, okay, so now that he's brought in Mason Mount, he's kind of going along with me. And then he's decided to up the ante by bringing Adjei Onana, who's great with his feet, very good with his hands. I would have, like I said, I would have done things in reverse. Sort out the midfield first, maybe add a striker. A goalkeeper will probably show up next season. But he's the manager. That's how he's built.
Just to add to what he's saying, I agree with him 100%. But at the end of the day, the transfer window is still open.
Exactly.
Of course.
Of
Of course.
About a striker. Amrabat, Wakalebe, no more can he be.
Yeah, you get the final word.
Is there cash?
You get final word on Onana.
Okay,
just a
sure.
few seconds. You have a piece coming up.
He has
No, it's actually
it's
on,
up.
it's
Okay,
up
so
on the
it's up.
website.
Great,
Yeah, so
great.
you just go to citysportsonline.com.
Lovely
you
stuff.
find it. So I'm just quoting what Eric Ten Hag said after the Onana signing was announced. The capabilities of a goalkeeper is about keeping the goal clean. So this is the first criterion of a good goalkeeper. But nowadays, football also demands good playing from the back. Outplaying qualities, and that is a quality Andre has. So yeah, we are happy. You need both, and you need to cover both areas.
True.
I think with his physical presence and also with his personality, he is keen on winning. So clearly, in one area, David De Gea falls short, and not just in one area, in multiple areas. Because personality-wise, David De Gea's confidence is easily knocked off. Onana,
after a huge mistake.
After a mistake, you can clearly see that David De Gea's confidence is easily knocked off. But Onana, looking at how he plays, knowing very well that if you play out from the back, mistakes are bound to happen. And he has accepted this. He has accepted this, and like Nathan said, it is wired in his system, in his DNA. It's part of his DNA. This is the DNA
Barcelona
that we are talking
Ajax.
about.
I mean, it's hardwired.
Exactly. This is the proper DNA, not the one.
Hey, please, don't go there.
The DNA is in his DNA. So he's built his confidence off that DNA, knowing very well that if I pass the ball 10 times, there's that one time where I'll get it wrong and it will end up in an embarrassing howler of a goal that I'll concede. But at the end of the day, I will still stick with that 9 out of 10 and keep on playing the way I play. And so that's part of his personality, that confidence that he has. David De Gea doesn't have it. And number two, the passing ability.
So, it's when you talk about the passing ability,
Nana,
you have to say
okay,
left and right.
Ben, let me ask you. No, I just want to ask Ben. I think you and I are almost. Do you get worried sometimes that like Alisson and he's stepping out of the goal?
No, but
Do you get concerned?
Alisson's passability is nowhere near.
I'm just saying that look, nothing Onana has featured in is anything close to the Premier League.
Well, there will be data.
The intensity, the quality of talent available, and basically the amount of when you play in the Serie A, sometimes it's a half stadium, sometimes 2/3 of the stadium.
But in the Champions League final,
Johnson came from the Portuguese,
and he's doing it. Even in the Champions League final,
it doesn't place for Manchester City. The team he plays for gives him confidence. Man United and Man City are light years apart currently.
Which ensures
exactly
confidence.
I'll give you just a simple practical example. In that FA Cup between Man United and Man City, do you know that David De Gea played the most wayward passes?
Yeah, it was
Look
18.
at all the players on the pitch. Outfield players on the pitch.
Yeah,
You, the goalkeeper, played the most wayward passes. 18 passes. Wayward passes.
Four panelists here.
How do you construct and build attacks consistently when your keeper is consistently playing wayward passes? So definitely, I don't commit this move.
United fans are going to enjoy modern playmaking goalkeeping.
Okay, that is what the word is. Let's move on to the next issue. we are here. Let's move on to another Donkomi. Manchester City reportedly had sealed the move for Josko Vardio. RB Leipzig say, you have not sealed any deal. You have not sealed any deal. 20-year-old Croatian centre-back who can play as a left-back, very technically sound. His contract with Leipzig runs until 2027.
Yeah.
RB Leipzig say they are financially secure after the Szoboszlai move. And so they are under no pressure to sell.
They don't want to sell.
And they say that they want 100 million euros, which is around 87 million pounds.
Cash down, no installment.
Before Josko Vardio can move to the
Man
Etihad.
City, yeah.
Big transfer on the cards.
It is. It's huge.
20-year-old.
Man City have been
Just before
relatively
that, I
quiet.
hear that even the buyout clause will further increase if he stays for another season.
Yes. You know, so I think this is huge for Man City on the money side, because they will have to stay within FFP regulations. Let's not forget, a few days ago, Man United and Barcelona were fined for going overboard. So for a team like Man City that already has a lot of attention on them based on the things they do and they are accounting
something charges,
you know, and all of that, I'm sure they are trying to figure out what do they do. And RB Leipzig will stand their ground and ask for a lot of money. Like you said, they are financially okay. They've got a lot of money from the Szoboszlai deal. They are fine.
I'm taking the Ajax route when it came to
Yeah.
Man United and Anthony.
In Kuku, they've sold him. So the point is, in the last 3 years, they've made some brilliant money off some of these transfers. Timo Werner left and came back and all of this. So they have made some good money. They are not in a position to sell. But at the back of their mind, they know that a lot of their players will be prepared in Germany and teams will swoop and pick them off. So what they are trying to do, just make as much money from this deal as possible. Man City, I don't know how they will sort this one out because it will demand a lot of money. They've lost Riyad Mahrez. He's going to Saudi Arabia. That's about 30 million. Yeah. I don't know if other players will leave.
They should the money for Bernardo Silva.
But the point is that if they lose Bernardo and Riyad Mahrez in one window, I don't think they want to
lost
do
Gundogan
that.
already.
They've lost Gundogan already.
I think they should let Emerick Laporte go.
Well, they'll have to come up with the money somehow to fund this deal because this deal will demand a lot of money. 100 million euros is no joke. And Leipzig will stand their ground. Yeah. And if Man City do want the player, I think they will have to be very ready to cough it up, to pay good money for Vardio.
Guys, just quick question around the table. Is he in the conversation for upcoming best centre-back in the world? Do you think he will cement that place in the next 2 years? Because if you're buying a 20-year-old for 100 million, you obviously project that he has a very high ceiling.
He is a good player. We saw him in the World Cup.
As to look, we saw
he's a lefty, and those are in demand now.
We saw
Delete
when he was playing for Ajax that season. This man came nowhere closer to what we saw of Delete at the time. So as to whether he will hit that height, he's got the potential to do so.
He's only 20.
But would he finally get there? But you can argue that if he gets to play under Pep Guardiola, where he'll be properly coached and guided and given the proper rudiment of what defending is all about, then you can look at him and say, look, he stands a 60-70% chance of getting there from now. But again, you have to make room for some form of uncertainty. But truth be told, I think he's an excellent defender. We saw him at the World Cup. We saw it took the goat to more or less get him to realize that he's not there yet. Apart from that, every other player I think he came across with, he dealt with.
Charlie, I don't want this guy to come to Man City.
At the end of the day, in fact, he's a good player. As to whether they need him, I think it is about Pep Guardiola using some players that he now think he needs to get rid of.
Yeah.
Top on the list is the boy from Spain,
Laporte.
He wants to get rid of Laporte.
Probably Cancelo's probably not coming.
Oh, no.
Cancelo is, I don't know.
He's on the outside.
He's on the outside.
He's on the outside.
So which means they need to figure out
and so,
that, because Kyle Walker is also knocking on the door.
He
wants to go to Bayern.
John Bayern Munich as well. So look, he's a good player. I think if they can raise the money, he strengthens them.
Onana and then Josko Vardio, big Donkomis. Let's talk about another Donkomi that was almost forgotten about. My inside sources are telling me that it is a go-to move Mohamed Kudus to Arsenal. I'm hearing Arsenal are very, very, very interested. I'm saying this from very sure sources.
Deep throat sources.
That Kudus is somebody who excites Mikel Arteta, primarily because of his versatility as a player. Central midfielder, right winger, left winger, false nine. Kudus is interesting for Arsenal. I don't know if anybody...
I don't commit this.
I don't think it's a place he should go. I don't because if you look at the way he plays his game, very similar to that of Odegaard. Very, to some
I think a bit more explosive.
Yeah, but even
more athletic.
But he, in terms of an all-round contribution, get on it. Let's make things happen.
He's not that guy.
He's not.
He waits when he gets it, and then he sees it. Then he goes for it. That's it. And then if it is not with him, you hardly see him in the mix. So I think that if he wants to go to, I heard Brighton.
I think
Brighton they've gotten cold feet because Ajax wants close to 50 million. They want 45 to 50 million for Kudus.
I think that is, but if like Brighton could afford it, I think he goes into that McAllister role.
Yeah, perfect.
In that Brighton team. And from the way De Zerbi plays his football, no more. In 2 years' time, I think he could cost close to 90 million. 100 million.
And you look at Arsenal, the number of left-footed players that they have in that side of the field.
There's Odegaard.
There's Odegaard, there's Kai Havertz, there's Leandro Trossard, Bukayo Saka in there.
From Portugal.
Vieira, Fabio Vieira too.
So I don't come in the mood. I think, look,
same here.
The people handling the young man will have to be smart on this.
Yeah.
If Arsenal didn't have the sort of players we are mentioning, of course.
Then that's fine. There's an opportunity there.
There's an opportunity.
But just keep your eyes on that one. I hear it's a move that could gather momentum in the coming week. So let's
but
just keep
Trossard is right-footed, isn't he? He's right-footed.
Yeah, but he can also play in that hole on the left, on the right. He can come in as a number 10.
The versatility bit.
And let's talk about Caicedo before we wrap up the transfer bit, because guys, it looks like the man is in prison.
No, it's as simple as that. Pay the money and take him away.
But you see, I blame Caicedo for
he
what
shouldn't have renewed
that contract.
You see, you have 6 months on your contract. They said they want 70 million. They are paying 70 million for you. The people rejected it. And you willingly went and signed a new contract thinking that they'll let you go.
Yes. So that was the first mistake that he committed. And for me, I don't know why Chelsea themselves are dilly-dallying on the move. Because this is a player you actually need. If you look at what
it's not a want anymore.
At all.
Kante is gone. Kovacic is
gone. So you cannot trust Gallagher. So you cannot trust him. If you want to, don't forget, in January you spent over 100 million on Enzo Fernandez. He needs somebody to begin to build a chemistry with. And I think if you look at the way Enzo plays, and we look at the way Caicedo plays, if you put these two guys together in front of Chelsea back four, goodness me, they are going to take some
beating,
some difficulty before you can go through them. And at the end of the day, they may even liberate the young attacking players that Chelsea, because you see,
Nicolas Jackson,
the Chelsea team looks very, very young.
Yeah.
So you need to get them players who will more or less guide them and allow the rest to go and express themselves. And in Enzo and Caicedo, if they were to be playing in that midfield pair or pivot, where you have just sitting in front of the back four, occasionally one of them joins the attack, the ball is lost, you come back and hold your shape. You allow the Nkuku boy and those people to really express themselves. And for me, look, go pay the money. And somebody has spent over 100 million on Declan Rice.
Exactly. That is the going rate.
Go pay the money.
That is the going rate.
That's exactly why Brighton are holding
out.
out.
And on top of that, Chelsea, Gallagher is in demand. He's liked by other teams in the Premier League who are willing to fork out as much as 30 million pounds, 35 million pounds.
He had a good time at Crystal Palace.
Exactly. So if you have this player on your table and you clearly don't see a long-term future in that team, let him go, get that money, add a little bit, then go get Caicedo because he's there for the taking.
They've not bought any winner, but you sold Havertz for 65 million. You've sold Kovacic for 25
million.
You've sold Mason Mount for 55 million. Yes, you did some.
You freed a lot of You freed a lot of your wages.
Aubameyang is gone to Marseille.
Kante is gone.
Koulibaly
gone. I think they have to decide what they will do with Lukaku as well.
And then they have to
go pay the money and stop because look, preseason is ongoing. The man has a lot on his hands. When I said the man, I'm talking Mauricio Pochettino. He plays Liverpool in that first game. Is it at the? I think it's at the bridge. If he were to lose that,
already
go away and not
you start your season under pressure.
You don't want to put yourself in that Ten Hag shoes. He could have easily find a way to easily put things together. Of course, there was Maguire who was obviously needed to be dropped so quickly. The system exposed him. He was on the bench. But in your case, it is rebuilding. And they've got issues to even sort out at the back. Fofana is injured. Aspilicueta is gone.
But Achille is also injured.
You are depending on Odwade. Thiago Silva, Odwade. So how can you refresh defense any team?
Maybe that could be the reason why they are a bit hesitant, because I think they are thinking or deciding between should we go in for Caicedo or should we go and get another central defender.
They don't have a choice.
Because your midfield is light. Are you thinking about
they
what?
don't have a choice in midfield. And I think in defense too, they don't have a choice. Dude, they've got money. I hear they want to go and bring their...
There's cash.
There's cash. I hear they want to go and bring the boy they sold to Crystal Palace. That their defender.
Guehi.
I think
solid defender.
He's a very solid defender that can learn from Thiago Silva and put because look, this league will be won on proper defending. That is one thing about it. Because if you are going to play Man City, play Man United, play
defense wins championships.
Actually, that's what Pep Guardiola said in an interview with Sky Sports after winning that last season's title. He said, "This time around, we won our title with really, really good defenders." Exactly. And I'm quoting him verbatim. He said, "Really, really good defenders," because you look at the defensive line that he had. Bringing
he
the
had 4 centre backs at a point.
Exactly,
and he wants more.
Yeah. And he wants more.
Chelsea don't have a choice.
Tell you where they're going.
They don't have a choice.
Let's talk about United quickly before we take our break. Let's talk about that captaincy switch. Bruno Fernandes has been handed the armband. Hey,
no, this one.
You also agree? Bruno is the best choice.
Who else?
The nagging Bruno Fernandes.
He nag where?
If you don't wear your shorts, well, he will talk. If you wear earring, he will talk.
You have to keep you in check. We have seen Rocky and Quao.
Exactly.
We've seen the captaincy of Rocky, Eric Cantona, and Ganibi. Bruno Awareness Fernandes. It was never in doubt. The first day he walked,
this captain material,
you could clearly see he was born as captain. He captained Sporting Lisbon. Very soon, when the old man leaves, he should be captain the Portuguese national team. Now we go back captain. He's the captain of Manchester United. Now who should go and captain Portugal when the legend leaves? He should leave, and then Bruno Fernandes. Look, he's a leader. He's a born winner. He hates to lose.
Competitive.
He's competitive. And he epitomizes what Eric Ten Hag is all about. He's the person to be given the captain. Maguire should leave immediately.
Thank you.
Can consider
so those are Sansa tourists. Now on time she goes up.
So do we dey loan this player $1,000. For the striker.
Let me read some messages that have been coming through. Show proudly brought to us by Bell Beverages. Puka, to be specific. Charlie, if you know Sok Puka, my guy. Go any provision shop. They go on. A ginseng and herbs just the pop. When it comes to herbal soft drinks with ginseng extracts, insist on Bell Puka for a proper African recharge.
For the striker, we can consider
so those are Sansa tourists. Now on time she goes up.
So we dey loan this player $1,000. For the striker, we can consider
so those are Sansa tourists. Now on time she goes up.
So we dey loan this player $1,000. For the striker, we can consider.
So I have my good friends from Betway here. And if you know Betway, then Citi TV, Citi FM, literally go hand in hand. Proud sponsors of the Premier League, Sports, Panorama, and everything in between.
Don't call me yo, don't call me.
Albert Ai is here.
Don't call me time. Don't call me yo, don't call me time.
And Thomas Opoku Asare, I think I got that right. Gentlemen, Charlie, welcome to our home.
Thank you, Charlie.
This is where we do our things. Charlie, this is where we do our things. Guys, what's going on? Because, Charlie, investors have been asking me a lot of questions. You know, investors don't like off-season. They don't care if there's international football, if there whatever tournament. Charlie, boys, they stress my life. Charlie, let me start off with you. What's going on? What's going on at Betway? What new exciting stuff does Betway have for us?
Okay, I think I'll start by greeting all your listeners
Yes,
and
sir.
viewers. I think
There's YouTube as well, so definitely that's
your
in line.
viewers as well. Yeah. Like you mentioned, we also have some Don't Call Me for your listeners and viewers. Yeah. So knowing that off season, it's boring and it makes everybody slow. We decided to come up with a new and refreshing website for everyone.
Nice.
So
love it.
I mean, it's the same website, but with the same link, but the website now has been refreshed. We've added massive and very, very exciting features.
You mean more user friendly?
Exactly.
Talk to us about that. I mean, what do you expect when going to the Betway website? Let me tell you what I like the most about the site before it was updated. I'm a big NBA fan, so I used to go and watch NBA games on the Betway website. I'm not sure how many people used to do that, but I would always go there, and the NBA games were there ready to watch. But what's new with this website? Why should people be excited to go on there?
All right. So we have something we call the Big Six, right? So the Big Six are the top big 6 features that we have on the website. I'll start with the improved navigation that we have. So now it's actually very, very easy to, look for your teams, place bets, and favorite your top markets that you bet on. So if you are somebody who's, very used to betting on both teams to score over 1.5 and all that, you can just favorite it. Once you go to any game that you want to place bet on, as long as we have that market for that game, you will see your favorites show up, and then you can easily go ahead and then place bets on there. In searching for your teams as well, it's now very, 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 very easy. Like, I mean, as a Manchester United fan, if I want to place bets on my team,
Onana to concede first.
and I type just man, you see the Chester, following through and all that. Yeah. So the second feature now is the improved casino. We've improved our casino lobby. It's so wonderful. It's so lively. It's so colorful as well. And over there as well, you can, place bet on numerous games. We have all the crash games that you can think of. We have Aviator, we have Nana Sky, we have Pile Them Up. We have so many wonderful games on there. Live casino as well has been improved. With the other feature, we have something we call Smart Picks. So now Smart Picks is for, the person who doesn't really want to go into doing a lot of research. You just want to get, some simple 5 games to.
That sounds like AI to me.
You just want some simple 5 or 10 games that you want to bet on. So all you have to do is you see a small star. If you're using the mobile device, you will see a small star on there. Once you click on that star, you see Smart 5, Smart 10, Smart 15, and all that. So once you tap on it, you will see 5 good games that have been selected for you. And then, even if you're not, sure about the picks, you can just edit it to suit your taste.
That sounds really good.
Just go ahead and place bet.
Listen, I'm telling you, you don't know how many people are going to save with this feature, because sometimes see, you top up late, and Thomas is here, so you top up late with a game in like 5 minutes. Right now, you for mash up the quicks real quick and the game is also about to begin. So I think this this is a really
the Smart Picks will actually help.
it'd be hard guiding.
I'll talk about the last one, so Thomas can also come in. We've now also improved our boosts, right? So now, I think earlier the win boost we had was 500%. Now that has been increased to 1,000.
Hey! No, I will ring my bell. What?
Yes. That has been increased to 1,000.
No, see, for those who don't know what the win boost is, just clarify quickly for them what it is.
Okay. So for someone, let's say me,
Yeah.
I normally place multi-bets, right? Okay. So multi-bets are bets that involve 2 or more selections, right? So from the second game that you add to your bet slip to the third, a percentage will be added to your winnings if all the bets play, right? So, I mean, like the boys say, if the bet booms, the boost will be added to your payout. So we've now added or increased our win boost to up to 1,000%. So that means that for someone doing 40, selections, if you be hard guy, if you arrange that solid, where you do 40 selections, you will get 1,000% added to your wins when you win.
We go chop cash this season, rough.
And also the last one,
okay,
we've now reduced our minimum wage as well, so it's now 50 pesos and not 1 cedi.
Oh, Charlie. Betway. See, Betway say this season there. If you know top money this season, Thomas is in charge of top up at Betway. What's going on?
Good evening once again to your listeners. So Betway introduced the online betting in Ghana first, and we have been the pace setters. So Betway have also introduced a top up, another channel for topping up your account as a player. But it's an avenue also giving an opportunity to merchants or agents to also assist players top up their account. We know with limits and then network issues with telcos and all that. So Betway have added top up as an additional channel for players to be able to top up their account easily. Now we have merchants on standby, super merchant on standby, whereby if you don't want to visit a merchant to even do a top-up, we can link you up with those merchants and then they will top up your account for you at any time, yes. At any time, yes.
You mean you are literally making the game easier?
Easier for
sit in your house and your couch and let Betway do the work for you.
Sharp. We've also given opportunity to merchants to also, or agents to also build their customer base. For instance, we have given the affiliates program to merchants whereby they introduce players to our sites and then they recommend players for us. So the players sign up, you get up to 30% of revenue on the player, a revenue share for merchant. Our commission to merchant is also very interesting aspect of the business, whereby you get up to 1.25% of the deposit amount that a player makes at your shop or at your outlet. So that's Betway creating another income line for merchant and agent to also enjoy from Betway.
That makes a lot of sense. The merchants are doing their bit to make sure people get their top up and whatnot. In the end, they also get their own benefits.
Exactly.
Looks like a win-win situation for me.
Now on time.
So that's what's going on with Betway. Guys, let me just give you a chance. Final word to all investors and potential investors out there for the coming season. Just final word before you go.
All right. So this season I'll just say that we are in the season of more, right? So we are here to give you guys more. Today, tomorrow, next week, every time. We are always going to be giving you guys more. And also, I mean, even though we know it's off season, we still have a lot going on our website. There are certain promos that we currently have running. The Women's World Cup started not too long ago, and we have a promo for that. So we call that the Clash of Queens, right? And this is a very simple promo. It's a predictor promo. So all you have to do is place at least 20 series bet on any of the Women's World Cup games, and that qualifies you to earn a ticket. And this is the ticket that you use to predict, who is going to qualify through the group stage. So you see the countries on there. So it's like a big circle, like a pie chart circle, where you just have to select based on the flags of these countries who is going to progress from the group stage through to the round of 16, to the quarterfinals, to the semis, and then to the finals. The more you bet, the more tickets you earn, and then the more your chances of actually winning. And what we are actually giving is we are giving you an entertainment pack. So when I say entertainment pack, you're going to be getting a 55-inch TV, you're going to be getting a home theater system, and then a DSTV subscription for a year.
Hey! Charlie, why not the jumps over jump, Charlie. Nice one. Charlie, thank you very much, Thomas, and thank you very much, Albert. It's been absolutely wonderful hearing from you. So, Betway said it. It will be me talk. Packages on your top up, Women's World Cup. What?
It's a season of more, actually. Season of more.
Just chop cash. Charlie, guys, thank you very much.
For the striker, we can consider. We know the CEO use Naboka.
So those are Sansa tourists. Now one time she goes up.
We dey loan this player $1,000. For the striker.
Let's come back home and talk about a few issues happening down here.
So those are
Let me read a few messages before we do that, though.
So those now on yet drinks at Teves. And then your coach one come at home.
Ebenezer from Nungwa Brigade says, last week by this time, some of you guys were slandering Arsenal about Declan Rice's transfer saga, but not knowing the deal was already done. And that's that nobody was slandering Declan Rice. George from Tuba says, Ocheso. Me, I've gotten used to these things. So
is it that people want to hear
people want to hear what they want to hear?
Want to hear what they want to hear.
Anything aside what they want to hear is problematic.
We even told us now.
We basically said the paperwork.
So speed it up. And speed it up.
Thank you.
And they were listening to us.
Let's move on. This one here, I am Wacheba, aka Wache Leaf from Ashaiman. Please, can you guys just mention one department of our national teams under this Ket administration that has performed well? Hashtag Ket must go. DJ Far from Betway says, Ben, today I saw coach at Medina Zongo Junction and I felt so good seeing my man. The show tonight is for coach and man. Coach, the man of the people. Okay, I get what you're saying. Greetings, Sports Panorama. This one here says, recently I had the opportunity to experience Puka for myself, wanting to uncover the secret behind Coach Nimley's boundless energy.
Now good day.
After trying it, I can confidently say that Puka energy drinks knows no boundaries. It opens up endless possibilities. Whether you are tracking, whether you are tackling intensive workouts, meeting challenging deadlines, or simply embracing each day with unwavering enthusiasm, Puka infuses you with an incredible surge of pure energy. It empowers you to break barriers and reach new heights of greatness. Puka is truly a remarkable energy drink. Best regards, Sports Panorama. I say, Esianyo inside University of Ghana.
Chale, breaking barriers.
It's now on yet drinks at Teves. And then your coach one come at home. Done that also. Don't come yo, don't come. Let's go. It's don't come time. Don't come yo, don't come.
So that's what's going on. Let me read more. This one says United wants a goalkeeper who doesn't like to be in the goalpost. Okay, the 70 years no be soon rough. It says it's called Kulusevski. This one here says that it's from Alvinho from Akosomo. Say, Ben, when will the Kanzo deal happen? Let me read more messages. This one is from Farouk Headliner. Says, and what am I hearing about a fridge coming to the bridge?
Ibaba.
Ouch, I like that rhyme. A fridge coming to the bridge. Say, Todd shouldn't dare. Charlie, are you daring the owner of the team? Hey, Farouk, you are sitting here somewhere. Charlie, don't do this.
Side.
Charlie, Adjei-Mintah, stop texting yourself on the show. When you are sitting here, stop texting into the show.
I am Adjei-Mintah. The Adjei-Mintah is a compound name.
This one here says, hi, Ben. I request Onana by Rihanna for coach and all United fans and tell Brighton to allow Caicedo to go to Chelsea. I bet Nego Hazard inside Dowenya says, please tell coach to analyze Caicedo to Chelsea for he's a United fan, but I love him too much. Chelsea for life. We will be back. Please play me the famous voice of Stephen Appiah and also the famous voice of Azuma Nelson. He recently celebrated his birthday.
I'm too bad, baby.
I'm too bad, baby. Big belated birthday to the Zoom, the professor.
The greatest African sports.
Oh, Charlie, why Lambert Indodo says, good evening, Ben and team. I feel Onana, wow, but he should slow down small. The man comes all the way to center line. Oh, yeah. That's why they
midfield.
Thank you.
Passes.
Oh, Charlie. He says, anyway, I'm happy the manager can now play his style. Mahrez's departure from City is a surprise to me. Mahrez has won everything. What is surprising to you? Is it?
Yeah, to be honest, I was also very surprised
That he'd want to leave?
I wasn't actually.
Mahrez is Muslim. He's won the Champions League, multiple titles. What is there for him to win again?
I understand. I'm just saying, I'm speaking from, I get it.
When they are paying
I'm
the money, they
speaking
don't
from,
pass it to the bank. They
it's
give it
straight.
to you cash.
I'm just speaking from a Man City perspective.
Tax free too.
That's what I was just looking at that. If you look at their team heading into next season, you've lost Gundogan.
Yep.
So I thought they would have Riyad Mahrez around.
For me, I think it's more of the players
wanting to leave.
To leave one, and also now that they've won the Champions League, won everything, the motivation is now
Mahrez
gone.
won a title with Leicester City.
Exactly. See, now for them, they've achieved that in Man United.
He will start
So
benching you. He will start facing you out. Yeah, he will gradually start facing you out. So face yourself out when there's time. Gakpo Shito Sabo like a salad. No, it's Gakpo Shito. Gakpo Shito.
A Liverpool fan that.
Sabo like a salad. They say, good evening, Ben. My team is cooking something for next season. Talking about teams that are cooking, Aston Villa is where I want to be. Musa Diaby sealed, and according to the word, they are moving on to Jeremy Doku.
Yeah.
So I say, hey, Unai Emery.
Unai Emery is a good chef.
No, Unai Emery is cooking.
Very good chef.
Good evening. Good evening is cooking. So that's what's going on. Let's just come down here briefly because there's some local stuff to discuss. Guys, let's talk about Asante Kotoko and House of Folk real quick. I feel like they haven't taken center stage.
They are our blessing and our curses. Our curses as well. The two of them.
Let me start. Let me start off with Asante Kotoko. I've seen so much.
They go.
So Asante Kotoko decided to take a bit of a detour with their usual administrative practices, whereby they get a rich entrepreneur to hand their club over to run the team. They decided to go corporate strictly, gave the team to a CEO in Nanaya Amponsa, formed the board, and it has crumbled monumentally. As we speak, there's no board, there's no management, there's no coach. Is there a CEO?
No.
Or he's also left. There's definitely no CEO. So, just say, Apasa a bubu.
Restart.
Back to step one. Crazy thing is, Kotoko have been with Abdul Ghazali throughout the campaign. When who was the last Kotoko coach? What, Barreto? No,
Proper coach.
Since Zebu left, they've not replaced him. Guys, what's going on?
Where do I even start from, Charlie? For me, I think that when the new board was formed, I think I liked the sort of enthusiasm in Kotoko. And when they brought in Onana Ponsa, I like the promise he gave the club that his vision is to try and get to the top of African football in the next 3 years. I think at that moment they all bought into it. But, it's always difficult with these clubs. And for me, there were some decisions that were taken by Kotoko as a body that for me was very, very wrong. One was the sacking of Dr. Prosper Nateogum just after winning the Ghana Premier League. Whatever happened for him to leave the club, I thought could have been prevented. We understand he made demands for lots of players. Management disagreed with him. He also didn't feel like they respected him and all that. Back and forth, and he left. Whatever happened, I felt they could have prevented all this. Because right from a title-winning season, this is not how you go into the next season.
How did this seem?
That's why they are brothers. And then look at the decision to bring in Seydou Zebo. He always said that language was not a problem. But see, if you were a coach and you don't speak English, and you come to Ghana, you rely on your assistant coach to do what? Your translation for you. Fast forward, you come and give allegations that they were sabotaging you. Yes, they will sabotage you. Because at Kotoko, I can tell you, every coach thinks they can coach there.
You mean from the youth coach to
every coach wants to be there.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean.
Yes, and they think that they are good.
Everybody thinks they are good enough,
for the job.
Senior job.
So when they bring you there and you're not coming to rely on them to transition your message to the players, you have issues. I'm not.
You mean there
surprised.
are times when Seydou Zebo could be telling the players to track back, and then to say, Oh man! What is the meaning of this?
Fast forward, the Burkina Faso is back giving lots of allegations that he thinks that the coaches were sabotaging him. He's mentioned clearly some names. He says Abdoulaye Ghazali was one of those doing that. Najat, The goalkeeper trainer was also sabotaging him. And for me, these are all things that Kotoko needs to learn from. One thing also that I think I've picked up
Kotoko might as well be a political institution.
It is.
See,
no, it is.
One thing that I've also picked up is that, yes, there could be changes in what they do. Now, Otunfo has highlighted that the 3 years administration is not really working for them. Where they bring in the board, 3-year mandates and all that. And Yusuf Chipsa has made a very good point that, see, it's high time to look at the long term. It could be a decade. Because if you want to conquer Africa, you want to do well in Africa, it will take money, it will take time. The system is too short for those who come in to raise enough capital and then do well. Your peers are the Alalis. You look at their budget for the year, you look at what they do, it's so huge. And so you can't use 3 years to think that, oh, in 3 years' time, I will win the Ghana Premier League, go to Africa, and then do well there, and then rub shoulders with the Sundowns and the Alalis and the Wydad Casablancas. It would take more than 3 years to do that. And so going forward, there's a chance for Kotoko to do what many have been calling for all these years. To, one, look for long-term members who take the club for years. The 3 years thing is not working for them. Now, even the structure of the club, I think that now you look at
that's where my
the current structure where the board is
that's where my problem
there's a board, the board gets a management and all that. I keep wondering, can't they look at a system?
But we heard about a lot of board wranglings.
Yeah, exactly.
Board doesn't agree with the CEO. They say the CEO is a small boy. What does he know? He doesn't have enough. He doesn't have our kind of money. Who is it to come and tell us how to run the club?
Always there. Now I'm thinking of, can't they try to adopt this system where, like the Madrid system,
like the socios type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Where
So
fans-
yes, the club is for the king, but the fans have a huge say as well, and the fans together will get to vote for their own CEO to lead them. There will be a direction. The CEO will be more accountable to the fans and all that. I think they need to consider all this, because I feel the current
It's problematic.
it's not really working for them. And
The thing is, the board was put together first. Then out of the board came the management. Okay, so Nanaya Amposan is the CEO. He is handling the day-to-day.
Who does he account to?
Who does the thing? He accounts to the board. The board. But here's the case where he's taking all the flack. He is doing everything on the ground, running the day-to-day affairs of the club. But at the end of the day, you say he should come and report to you on everything. At some point, he will get. We are humans. There will be a clash of egos, there's bound to be a clash of vision for the club. So if there's an agreement, that's when the crash starts to show. And it goes to the point where there were accounts and there were reports of players sabotaging certain coaches, sabotaging the club, because at the end of the day, the club's finances, in terms of paying the players, there are people who are on the board who who pay the salaries of players. So if a certain group of board members who are favoring one faction are paying certain players, and those players aren't performing well, then the accusations start coming. And you are sabotaging the club.
We away player.
So you see, then it detonates. Then boom, all of a sudden, something wonderful that's brewing.
And then what do we do?
Stops.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Same thing.
And Nanaya Amposan was doing embarking on a very good project. He said $100 per supporter for him to build a stadium. So if you say
there was that Dako Jache project, we don't have a lot of time.
If you say you are Kotoko, you have the biggest fan base, support base in Ghana, and you need just 10,000 supporters to give you $100. And you know there are a lot of supporters who can overly deliver more than $100 for you to put together this amount and deliver a stadium. It is workable, but you clearly have people help.
I'm even just asking myself, what even happens to Nanaya's projects now?
It's over.
Look at what Mediama has done. If Kotoko need the ordinary yogurt seller, the shoe shine guy, to give them $100 before
$100.
Charlie, me na feel. What what is this? Look, like Pichichi said, they need to change the way they run the club.
I think they should merge it. The board management.
Look, there should be nothing like board.
Jim?
Nothing like board. Look.
Okay.
We are Ghanaians, so there should be nothing like a board. I've been thinking through, and I agree with Pichichi 100%. Look, they should go and copy what goes on elsewhere. Go the Real Madrid with the Barcelona way of doing it.
Where what?
Fans.
For the fans.
And when the man is given the thing to do, 5 years, then you vote again. I think
So the fans will vote for
if
their
you are
own
given
CEO.
Kotoko, or if you are given the chance to handle Kotoko for 5 years, you should be able to show something at the end of the 5 years.
And you are voted for by the fans also.
You are voted for by the
It's the fans who have you there.
And you see, if the fans have you there and you do what they want, and the team is there, all they want is for the team to win.
That's what they
Fill
want.
the stadium, they will do everything. There will be proper cash in running into the team, and then you can do it, use it to do, but not to be collecting $100, $100. I mean, have you
Coach, talk to me about your good friends. This week, FIFA, they said that FIFA has reached them over the Matic issue.
Look, they will pay the money.
And they still don't have a coach.
Whether they like it or not, they will pay the money. It's as simple as I don't like dragging this. You see, look, you see the way Hasselhoff is being run. It hurts. Look, no, it hurts. Because one would have thought that if you look at the amount of money that Togbe Afede is pumping into this team, or he has pumped since he took over till now, this is not where Hasselhoff should be. It's like you take 2 steps forward, and then you take what? 5 steps back. It took you close to 11 years
to win a league title.
Yeah. You won the league and the FA Cup.
You did an FA Cup back to back.
You did an FA Cup back to back. Look at where the team is at the moment.
They've retrogressed so much.
So much. And you ask yourself, what sort of people are these? Do they understand football? But the next moment you hear them ranting on the radio, defending what they're...
Well, I spoke with Elijah Kambi at the Congress about the players they signed.
This is the man who said that if they
part of
sell
football.
me, if they sell me, I sit here, if they sell me, they cannot pay to me. He said it. He's called me on this matter, and I've told him, Elijah, you have to find a way of retracting that statement. You see that even if a human being is sold, it cannot repay to me. These are the people. You see, it tells everybody of your level, the sort of person in charge of the club. How can you speak like that? No wonder 2 steps forward, 5, 10 steps backwards.
They might as well go and get.
So ask yourself, are they not signing players? You see, are they not signing players?
He said they've gone 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. So they should go and bring Fovia Agudi and Kenneth Okoro and go to come and play for them.
They are signing players, isn't it? Are they not signing players?
Yeah, without a coach.
Who's the one?
Meanwhile, you don't have a substantive coach.
Who's the one? You see, that is the Kolo. Come on, Kolo.
Then the coach will come and say, "I don't like this. Don't fix how I play."
You've done this thing.
Let me just read this. Let me read the statement for you. He says, and I repeat, I read. He says, FIFA directives to Hearts of Oak on Slavko Matic. Accra Hearts of Oak has received a ruling from FIFA regarding a case brought against it by its former coach Slavko Matic. The ruling directed that the club pay $14,000 as amounts outstanding for remuneration, reimbursable, and 2 months breach of contract prevented him from training. So that's the breach of contract. Now, all other claims by Matic were rejected by FIFA. We wish to state that the position of FIFA agrees with the club's own position, and thus the club had already proceeded to pay Matic weeks ago the amount. We have referred the matter to our lawyers and will update the public on any further developments. They say they have paid the money.
You see, at the end of the day, who is going to pay the money? Togbe is going to pay the money. So look, it goes and comes. But you Togbe he gets the opportunity to talk to the fans. He defends how these people are
running his club. So it means that he's happy with how the team is being run.
Leave it, let it go.
Exactly.
Nobody should worry themselves.
Yeah.
The one who spends the money The one who spends the money is happy.
Yeah.
But the way Elijah Kambi is running the team, the way Honorable Dote, he tells the whole world that if he didn't have these people with him running the team, Hasselhoff will not be where they are. If only you think where Hasselhoff is at the moment is where Hasselhoff should be.
Well, quick updates. Daniel Amate has just completed his move to Besiktas. So he's in Turkey now, rocking the jersey, signed his contract. Right. He will be playing in the Turkish top division.
That's
with one of the biggest teams in Turkey.
Another opportunity for him. He needs to embrace it. Well. He has to pick
He'll pick it up. New league, new me.
You guys know my thoughts.
No more square passes, back passes.
New league, new me, please. New league, new me.
No more square passes.
But guys, quick shouts before we go. Quick shouts. I want to do the shout outs to the Azuma Nelson again. Yeah. Belated happy birthday to the professor. 65th birthday.
I want to.
No, I met Azuma Nelson. I met Azuma Nelson in person. Bruh, see, the man is strong.
The aura around him. Look, the aura around him.
He has one of the most intense stares I have ever seen. No, the guy.
I got to interview him when Muhammad Ali passed. So I think I caught him up at the airside. You know is it airside view? The hotel on the way to like national service. So that's why I caught him up and I did that interview.
My only problem is that he should insist that his name be removed off
the Kaneshi Sports Complex.
Look, what is this? Why do we behave like that? Why do we behave like that?
You hear Owo Chrome, we joke around it. That is the proper Owo Chrome.
Go and look at
Kaneshi Sports Complex.
Look, I said, goodness me. Look, you can't do that. If I were him, I would tell the people, take my name off that. Look, when you mention the name of Azuma Nelson outside Ghana,
Ben, it's huge.
He's
probably Africa's greatest ever boxer. And the kind of Africa's greatest
sportsman. Who else?
The kind of respect he has. Can I give you an example?
A legacy, a monument, like a tangible to go to and point to. At dress on Onufu song,
it's okay.
Damn clock.
Guys, quick sounds.
Shouts to Andrew Sconsa and shouts to Mike of GSP Basketball League in Sunyani. Yes, big ups to you guys. And yes, guys, move on to Citi Sports Online to read that Onana piece.
Thank you. Go to Citi Sports Online.
Shout out to our listeners. I mean, every Friday they tune in.
No, hard guys. Somebody meets me like 6 p.m. before Panorama. Charlie, he hyped past me. Say, hey, Sports Panorama. Like, yo, we love you guys.
Shout out to all our listeners.
Yeah, you guys make this show really what it is.
I want to give a shout out to my friend Aminu Shadow.
That comment he made about Chris Hilton.
I want to take the opportunity.
I'm sure you want to.
Take it.
I want to take the opportunity to advise him. Yeah, he's my friend. And I think as Black Stars team manager, he shouldn't talk. He should stop talking. I don't remember ever in my life, I stand to be corrected, where you have the Black Stars team manager talk on such matters. Young man, concentrate on your job and do your job. Where you are going or where you've decided to go, that is not within your jurisdiction. We support you. I think personally that the job came too early. I've told you boldly in your face. But once you've been given the job, we support you.
You mean
please
focus?
Yeah, focus and don't give some of us the opportunity to critically say things that we shouldn't say. At the end of the day, you've been blessed, and focus and do a decent job and leave a legacy. Yeah. Let's say that under your reign,
this happened under Aminu.
Not under your reign, you are questioning
your boss.
No,
thank you.
Don't do that.
Well, Sunday is Pichichi Day.
Yeah. Pichi Day. You mean the women's Pichi? Santiago Pichi.
So Sunday there is Citi Thompson's Dromo song.
Oh yeah, sure. Say no now pay.
Drama song, yeah, that's a song.
It's a wonderful song. Drama is a good
Drama.
song.
I'm just asking that. I'm just asking that's the only song he wants.
He'll start the day with that one, and then we can get into the realms.
Because Chairman, I know him.
We can get into the realms of funny form.
Oh yeah.
1 year.
You can read minds because that's exactly what I was thinking of. So that's the show. Thank you very much, Nathan. Thank you, Evans Ofotsu Manso, aka Pichichi. Thank you, Adjei-Mintah and Coach Christopher Nimley. Thank you very much to Edwin Ritter, Ed, Gabi, and all the production hands behind the scenes. Thank you very much for you out there doing the listening and also texting into the show. Big shout outs to our sponsors, Bell Beverages for our puka, and also big shout outs to the people at Betway. Albert and Thomas came in earlier with the info on the new season and what to expect. So go out there, go to that new, improved, user-friendly betway.com.gh. Should serve you well. Lots of exciting packages on there. My name is Benjamin Nketsia. It has been wonderful coming your way.
Let's go.
So we'll be on our Twitter page, Citi Sports GH, so you can listen if you missed out. There will be a repeat of it tomorrow as well. Until then, keep your dial right here. DJ Mingo will come through in a bit.
Let's go.